Brett Dawson from Sellout Crowd here at Paycom Center, where the Thunder is a 116-97 winner against the Memphis Grizzlies. A little bit of history, sort of, if you were in the building tonight or watching on TV. You saw only the 10th team in NBA history to make 11 or fewer two-point field goals in a game. That was the Grizzlies. They made 11 two-pointers, 19 three-pointers, and it was not good offense. 19 of 54 from three-point range, and just could not get anything going inside. A big part of that was Chet Holmgren. 7 blocks tonight. That comes on the heels of 8. The other night he lost one upon review against Denver. Originally had 9, but finished with 8. That's 15 in 2 games. Mark Daigneault said the shot blocking has been loud, but there's lots of quiet stuff that's making Chet a better defender than he was at the beginning of the season. Just learning some nuances. Chet talked about learning personnel, what teams want to do, what specific players want to do, and taking that away from them. He was really good and you know, had one of those games where he just kind of was all over the floor. He contested a shot, and then, when he forced a pass, he recovered to block the shot of the guy, who received the pass. He came out of nowhere to block a driving layup where he seemed out of the play, and suddenly he's in it. He got a fingertip on a couple of shots. He contested shots that he didn't block. He forced some poor decisions, as he often does around the rim. So he was really, really good offensively as well. The defense stood out more on a night where he just was so effective and felt like he was in so many places at once, but had a really nice offensive night too, 17 points. He was good, not great, but good on the boards. It was one of those nights where there were quite a few long rebounds because of the way Memphis was jacking up so many threes, but it was really his game and a total defensive effort by the Thunder. Again, when you talk about 11 two-point baskets out of a team in a game, that's an insanely low number, a historically a low number. And OKC really just controlled the game defensively, made Memphis do what it wanted Memphis to do, which was shoot jump shots and ideally contested jump shots. Mark Daigneault said could have been a little better contesting those 19 threes. That's a lot. If they make a higher percentage of those 54, maybe they keep themselves in the game the way they did the beginning of the first quarter. But the Thunder's defense was good enough and contested enough shots at those 19 threes, some of which came late against a bunch of Thunder bench guys as the starters rested. It worked out fine. It was just good enough defense and just good enough offense. Not great offense tonight. Chet was, as we said, pretty good. Josh Giddey had a nice game, 16 points and 12 rebounds. That was a season high in rebounds. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had one of those classic, not great Shai Gilgeous-Alexander games where he still finishes with 30 points and 9 rebounds and 5 assists. Just 8 of 18 from the floor. Didn't really have it. Missed a lot of shots we're accustomed to seeing him make. But also got to the line a lot, 13 of 14 from the free throw line. That was really the difference in what elevated his game from what seemed like kind of a quiet night into a pretty big offensive performance. This is not a very good Grizzlies team, really shorthanded. Ja Morant, the last game tonight of his 25-game suspension, so he is eligible to play in the next game, which is just coming up against the New Orleans Pelicans. So he'll be back. They've lost Steven Adams for the season. Eventually they'll have Luke Kennard back. They'll have some of their other big guys back. They have Jaren Jackson Jr., and they're really lacking a lot of talent around him. Desmond Bane, those two guys really have to carry a lot of the load right now. So this isn't a very good team, but as we've talked about before, this Thunder team is really good at taking care of business, beating the teams it's supposed to beat, beating these teams with sub-500 records. And tonight was one of those games where it could have been a little bit of a trap. You have very exciting games coming up at the end of the week with the Clippers coming in on Thursday and then the Lakers on Saturday before a couple days off for Christmas. So this is one of those games, right on the heels of, the exciting emotional win in Denver. And you could have been pretty flat tonight. In the very first few minutes, maybe the Thunder was just a little bit flat, but took care of business, won big, led by, more than 30 points over the course of the game. A little bit of slippage when the bench came in, but that was not harmful. More important that you got the starters, quite a bit of rest with a couple of days of practice to get ready for the Clippers. So exciting week coming up. As I said, the Clippers are the hottest team in the league right now. They'll be on the second night of a back-to-back, so we'll see what they do in Dallas on Wednesday night. And then it's always fun when the Lakers come in, and it's the last night before Christmas here in OKC for a game. And so I think that'll be a great atmosphere atmosphere, really fun. Should be a really fun week. The Thunder could easily lose both of these games, but they could win both of these games, and the Clippers is a really great sort of litmus test after winning at Denver. Another great chance to play a terrific team playing as well as anybody in the league. So we'll see where the Thunder is at that point. Big win here tonight, easy win, took care of business the way they're supposed to. We'll have more coverage here on my YouTube page of those games later in the week, and lots more on this game at selloutcrowd.com, so check us out.